Say hello. I'm just gonna put the public shot. Oh, they're already here, my love. Everybody here. Great. So how are you feeling? Ah, from Crete also. Nice. Nice.
Crete, I love Hania.
Yeah, we love to go to Hania. We've been already, what, 3 times? I think.
3 times.
Yes.
Normally, wherever I go around the world, I never go twice. But in Hania, this is what we were talking with Clementine, with my wife. When all this finish, I will look right there and I will go there. I love Hania.
So you wanted to talk?
I want to start. I just make a coffee and I took my coffee message of the day. And what is the quote is the purpose of our lives is to be happy. This is it. Where is the? Yes.
Nice. So you wanted to talk today about worth, self-worth, right?
Yes, I wanted to talk about. Sorry, I wanted to talk about the self-esteem today. Can you imagine having a friend, your best friend? You ask him to do a favor for you, and he say, "Okay, of course I will do it. No problem." And he let you down. And you tell him, "Okay, this time most probably it was the situation for him. So you need him again, and you ask him, please, can you help me with something? Of course I can do it, no problem." And he let you down again. He promises all the time to you, and he let you down again. Do you think this person is gonna continue to be your best friend again? Let me tell you something. This is what we do with ourselves. We all the time promises to ourselves. We promise, I have enough from all this. Tomorrow I will start to go to the gym. I'm pissed off not to go in my jeans. I will go to the gym. And the next day comes and you don't go to the gym. And you say, you know what? I'm tired of my boss. I will look for other job. When you come down, you say, no, this is okay. I will continue 1 more month here, and this 1 more month is becoming 1 year, and become 2 years, become 3 years. And all the time giving promises to yourself and not keeping them, this is bringing us away from ourselves. And what is most important? To trust to ourselves. If we don't trust ourselves, how to expect the other people to trust us? Can you imagine man and woman, they live together, and the wife is asking all the time the man something, or the man is asking his wife to do something. Please, can you do this for me? Of course I will do. Can you do this for me? Of course I will do. They never do. And this is how the divorces, they become from the small things. We start to promise ourselves the small things, and we don't keep them. But the small things, they make the small piece of puzzle make the big picture. This is what I wanted to talk today about, and how to break our our old habits, and how important it is to trust ourselves. When we say, man, I'm going to build this business no matter what, okay? And the inner voice say, I trust you. And when you stand up, you go together with yourself, and the bullshits that are behind yourself. This morning community will finish. If you don't make it your new habit to do this every day, what to tell? It's like we're watching the TV. We do this to be together and to rise together and to help together. Mira, it's your turn.
Yeah, the involvement is very important, your participation. And so today we have a special guest. You met her last week already. So her name is Mira Kondova. She's an hypnotherapist, and she is trained with the rapid transformation from Marisa peers. And let me bring Mira.
Where did you bring my baby?
And last week we were talking about breaking the old habits. And let me, yeah, breaking the old habits. And the question today is, we had some homework, of course, and like putting everywhere around us this "I am enough." And but the question, Mira, that we can ask ourselves today is how to make us believe it really.
Yes, last week, hello everybody. Last week, we were talking about the importance of having all of your power available to you when you want to make your dreams come true. You need all your power, but what takes your power away if you have this nagging feeling of, well, I'm not enough. I must do this, but I can't. I read these books and I like these books, but somehow when it comes to me to apply it, I don't feel like I'm succeeding. I feel like a failure. And the homework was to write, I am enough on all mirrors. And if you haven't done so, you can still do that. Take a lipstick, take a permanent marker, and just mark it on all your windows and all your mirrors and put it as a wallpaper on your phone so that you get reminded. And every time when your eyes come to rest upon it, just say, yes, that's true. I am enough. That was the homework. I don't know if people did that, who did that, and what the response is. Maybe somebody will write in the chat. But don't worry if you are just right now coming on board. You can begin right now. Just and I would advise you take some paper and pen because today we will continue working on that, and there is some notes that you might want to take.
So all of us, Mira, we have some things that we haven't, done yet, or that we really wanted to master and we haven't mastered yet. And we all have this common denominator, like not feeling enough and being self-critical. So how can we get out of this trap of I'm not feeling good enough?
Yes, you're so right. I mean, all the procrastination, all the eating disorders, all the addictions, everything comes from that feeling that, well, there's a discomfort within me. Whenever I begin to do the right thing for me, I feel discomfort and I just drop the whole thing and I go back to what is familiar because we confuse familiar with true. And what is familiar to us is that, well, I don't have what it takes. Or maybe, do you remember last time when I started how I felt? Well, this time it's going to be the same. This feeling of, I should do that, but somehow I don't want to. Or this feeling of I must fix that, but I can't. These are emotional memories of lived experiences, and they reside within the emotional mind. And they form these obstacles to what the conscious mind is saying. The conscious mind is saying, well, I know I'm intelligent, I know I'm an adult, and I know I can do that. But the emotional part, that part of me that remembers that what I live through, because we learn what we live. And you're right, the common denominator, we all somehow, somewhere, under different circumstances, we all learn that somehow we're not enough, or we're different, or something that we want is not available to us. And this is what is in the way. I mean, you can write on your mirror and you can look at that, I'm enough. But if you don't feel like that, don't despair and don't blame yourself. What we're going to do today, what I recommend is always to regress back. And I'm offering today to do a short regression. I know we don't have much time, but 20 minutes, 25 minutes would be enough. Yes, you did. You wrote it on many places. Perfect. I'm reading the chat. Right. That's somebody who is already taking the challenge. And if you wrote it on many places, every time when you look at it, how do you feel? You have to make that familiar, that you are enough. So what we're going to do today is going to help you one step further. You're going to now join me and I'm going to guide you into a regression to go back to childhood scenes, which could have stepped in the way of you having that belief that you are enough and feeling it. And so that all the stumbling blocks that you have actually come from opposing belief to that belief. Because if you are not there where you want to be, it's because you don't believe somehow that you can do that. So what I suggest, you take some paper and some pen and find a relaxed place where you can lean back enough to relax. Maybe put your handy on and your mobile phone on silent or on vibration, and see if the kids have enough to do so that they don't bother you, because the next 20 minutes will be a gift for you to help you on your journey to figure out what your very unique, privately your stumbling blocks could be to having what you want, to being who you want, and to really feeling that strength, that power of I'm enough, I can do it. Okay, you're ready. So if you're ready, that means, okay, you'll put it on other places. Perfect. So right now, find a spot where you can sit down and you can lean back enough to relax, and leave the paper and the pen by your side. And if you are with other people, just tell them that you don't want to be disturbed for these following 20-25 minutes, because you're going on a journey. You're going offline with the world and online with your internal state. Because we are just like detectives today, we're going to go to research and find where, when, how, why you have been through some experience that made you believe, that made you make the conclusion and take the decision that you will never be able to make it, you're hopeless, you're helpless, you are not like the other people, something wrong with you, and something is not available to you, and you can't fix it. You want, but you can't. You should have done, but you didn't. So we always begin with taking a deep breath in and leaning back enough to relax. And I want you now to just look up, turning your eyeballs up, looking up as though you want to look into your eyebrows. Just looking up, having that feeling of you would like to look right into your brows, and you want to fix your eyes upon an overhead spot, and just keeping your eyeballs up. Take a deep breath in and continue looking up, and exhale. And as you continue looking up, just a little bit like you were straining your eyes to look up and your eyeballs turning upwards, as if you are trying to fix your eyes upon an overhead spot. And as you keep your eyeballs up, just close your lids and continue keeping your eyeballs up. Closing your lids, but your eyes are still looking up. And you will feel these little fluttering sensations of your eyes gently moving under your eyelids. And you know what that is? That's a sign that you are very, very suggestible. It's a sign that you are now letting your mind just relax, relaxing your eyeballs under your eyelids, your eyes remaining closed. In fact, you are now inviting your eyes to go so relaxed, relaxing all the muscles around your eyes and all the muscles in your eyelids, and all the area around your eyes is now very relaxed. You have that intention to become relaxed. And you get that feeling that your eyes are so nicely now relaxed, closed as they are, that if I would ask you to open your eyes now, it would feel like, that's a lot to do, that's a hard work to do, because you don't want to open your eyes for just right now. You're giving yourself the gift of this time, and you give yourself permission as you feel that relaxation now around your eyelids. Your eyes are now very, very relaxed. They are just like glued shut. Your eyes are now sealed shut. Your eyes are now locked shut, and you don't want to open them. You can try to open them, but the more you try, the more relaxed they become. And that nice feeling now spreading down your cheeks and down, and your jaw is now dropping, and your teeth are unclenching. And you are now becoming and remaining very, very relaxed, going offline with the world and online with yourself. And I am going to invite you now to just stretch your both arms in front of you, just like if you were holding the hold bars of a bike, but just keep your fingers open and turn your palms to face each other. And I am going to tell you now that in the center of those palms, you have two powerful magnets. Imagine the magnets in the palms of your hands. And now, on the count of three, as I count from 3 to 1, these magnets will be activated and they will begin pulling together, drawing together. And then at the count of 1, your arms will drop down into your lap and you'll go really deeper. And each and every time when you go deeper, you will hear my fingers click like that. So let's go now. At the count of 3, your arms are stretched in front of you and your fingers are wide open. Your palms are facing each other, and in the center of your palms there are these two powerful magnets. Just move your hands a little bit so that you can feel that energy. You know that you are energy. Everything within you is energy. Just let yourself feel that pull. Let yourself feel that energy between your two palms. And now at the count of 3, your arms, your hands, your magnets begin pulling together. They begin drawing together. They begin coming together. At the count of 2, you allow these arms to begin coming closer and closer, pulling and drifting and dripping and closer and closer together. Whatever the feeling is for you, allow it to happen. You know how to do that. You can do that in the way that's right for you, because that's the only way you can, and that's enough. At the count of 1, that strong pull is becoming even stronger. It's becoming irresistible. And the moment your fingers begin to touch, you will drop your arms to fall into your lap. And I'm giving you all the time that you need. And I'm letting you decide when that happens for you as I continue talking. But the moment your arms drop down in your lap, you just allow yourself to go deeper. And you know, deeper just means you are going within, offline with the world and online with yourself, going deeper and deeper. And every time when I click with my fingers and say go deeper, you allow yourself to remain and become peacefully calm, serenely relaxed, naturally tranquil. And I continue talking, you continue relaxing. And now I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. And I want you to get that dropping down feeling. Drop your jaw a little bit down and get that looking down feeling. The same feeling that you get when you look down from a balcony, or when you look down from an upper window, or when you look down a flight of stairs. Just getting that dropping down feeling, going down feeling, looking down feeling as I count from 10 down to 1. And now at the count of 10, you're getting that feeling of stepping down, treading down, going down, moving down, traveling down. You can see your feet stepping down. You can hear your feet stepping down, and you can even feel your feet going down to 9 at the count of 9. Every muscle, every nerve, every cell of your body gets loose, turns loose, becomes loose, gets loose at the count of 8. You're going even deeper and deeper within your inner awareness, in touch with that part of you that already knows that it knows, and it has all the answers, because we're going on a journey today to find out, to figure out, to become aware of where, when, how, why you have lost the belief in yourself. You have acquired limiting beliefs about what you can, what you cannot do. You have lost your power, but today you're going to regain it, because awareness is all that you need, and understanding is power. As you go deeper now, you're taking step 6, and you allow yourself, you give yourself permission to become and remain serenely relaxed, naturally tranquil, and completely peaceful. Going down to 5, you're halfway there now, down and deeper. You're now taking step 4. You're drifting down, traveling down, treading down. See your feet going down now. nice and loose and calm and comfortable. And you're taking now step 3. Allow that drifting, dropping, floating, flowing feeling to continue going down, deeper still, down to 2, and twice as deep as a moment ago, and maybe 50 times deeper than you could possibly have imagined possible for you. You are now taking step 1, and I click my fingers even further because each and every time as I click my fingers, you go deeper, you drift deeper, and you sink deeper, deeper. And as you go deeper, you're going deeper down into this connection with your awareness, this part of your mind that already knows that it knows when, why, how you acquired the belief of I'm not enough. And you can use this journey now to figure out any other beliefs that you want to figure out of where, when, and why. I did acquire that habit that I don't like anymore. When, where, why I came to this conclusion that's bringing me discomfort. When, where, why, how I was hurt. And this hurt needs to be healed today, because when you understand, when you see the program that is running, you're no longer the program that is running. Going deeper now, and when you were born as a little child, as a newborn baby, you came to this planet with a firm belief that somebody is going to take care of you because you are worthy enough. You are valuable enough and lovable enough to be fed, to be nourished, to be nurtured, to be held, to be caressed, to be loved. And you knew that until you have learned otherwise. And now we're going on that journey within to find out for you, for your private own experience, when did that happen. So now, as I count from 5 down to 1, your beautiful, brilliant, all-knowing mind will take you back to a very vivid, very vital, very important, significant scene. And it will take you to that scene on purpose, and it will take you to that scene because that scene has the answer. So at the count of 5 now, you're becoming smaller, younger, and lighter. At the count of 4, you are being pulled back, drawn back, taken aback. At the count of 3, months, years, weeks, days, hours are pulling away from your body because you're going back there as early back as you can. At the count of 2, going further back, going to a very vivid, vital, significant, relevant scene that is the answer of why, how, when, under which circumstances you acquired that belief that you are not enough. Count of 1 and just be there. Allow that scene to pop up as the computer opening up, as the screen lighting up, as a picture that is flooding now within your mind. And here are the questions for you. As you are there, just be there. Think to yourself how old you are. How old are you? How old can you could have been in that scene? And is it daytime or is it nighttime? Answer this silently to yourself on your mind as you allow your mind now to give you the scene, that scene to reveal in front of your internal eye. Who is with you? Are you alone? And here is the most important question that I want you to answer now. What is it that you are feeling? What is the feeling? What is the experience that gives you the feeling? And I want you now to open your eyes, take that pen and take that paper and write down exactly that experience that you are having right now. You can write it down. Where was I? With whom? What did I hear? You can now open your ears and you can hear what were the people around you telling you. What was the situation? What was the challenge for you back then? Because as a child, you could only do what a child can do. As a child, you don't have much experience. You don't have this social wisdom. You don't have the brain faculties developed. You don't even have much choice. So write down where you are, what you do, and the most important thing, what is the feeling. Your mind is giving you now this scene to make you aware, to let you know. And people say, well, I don't want to regress, I don't want to go to these painful parts of my past. But you know what, when you regress, you don't really relive. You're not going to relive what happened back then. You're not going to re-experience that. You're not even going to remember that. What you're doing is you are just reassessing it. You are allowing your mind to reveal to you. So writing down now very shortly with a couple of notes, because we have a couple of more scenes to go to, just closing your eyes back and going back down to 5. Your mind is now bringing you to another scene, drifting back and being pulled back and being drawn back. And at 4, you are allowing your mind to bring you back, drift you back, to take you back at the count of 3. You are becoming younger and smaller and lighter. And at the count of 2, years and months and weeks and hours are taken away from your body, and there is nothing that you need to happen. You just allow these pictures to flood within your inner mind. And at 1, and just be there. And where are you now, and how old are you? What is this scene revealing to you? Is it daytime or is it nighttime? Who are you with, or are you completely on your own? And the most important question for you now is, what is the feeling? What is the feeling that you remember, the feeling that you experienced? Because we learn what we live. And as children, we learn helplessness and hopelessness, because you see, we want to do things, but it's not in our power. We want to make our parents happy, but it's not in our power. So what is it that you can hear? Opening your ears now, hearing around yourself. What happened back then? Who was with you? What did they tell you? What did they make you believe about yourself? Because as a child, you have that very undeveloped, immature perception, and you are inclined to blame yourself for everything that happens around you. If, for example, a child is alone, and let's say the mother is at work or the father is at the hospital, the child cannot take that into consideration. The child thinks, well, if I'm left alone, if they left me here all alone, that means I'm not worth being with. I'm not worth receiving the attention, and I'm not worth their time. And this is our immature childish perspective. Write this down for yourself. Or maybe you heard some teacher or some parent telling you, you'll never amount to anything. You're not good in maths. Or maybe that body of yours, you are too that, or you are not enough the other thing. Write down. Your mind is giving you now scenes, it's giving you memories, it's giving you experiences that are the right answer. That is the knowledge that you want to write down for yourself and to look into one more time. When, where, why, who told you, who made you feel, where did this hurt come from that took away your inborn feeling of I'm lovable, I'm enough, I'm capable, I'm just like the one that I need to be to receive everything that I want to receive, and everything that I want to receive is available to me. Now, let's go to one more scene. Let's count back again. I hope that you have written that down. If you haven't, open your eyes and write down just a couple of notes. What happened? Where was I? And the most important thing, what was the feeling? Because later on in the forum, in the mastermind, we can really discuss that together. We can really have a closer look at that, because understanding is power, and even that understanding that you can receive right now is going to liberate you. It's going to give you that insight, because when you go inside, you get an insight of what happened back then. The trouble with us human beings is that once we acquire a belief, when we were 3 or 4 or 5 years old, we take it with us, and even as grown up, as adults, we never go to question that belief. We just continue feeling the same feelings and thinking the same thoughts that we used to have as children. So now let's count back from 5 down to 1 again. At 5, you are allowing, you're giving yourself permission, you're closing your eyes, you're drifting down, traveling down, you are stepping down, moving down, and you are going back, you are being taken back, you are pulled back, you are pulled back. And 4, you are becoming younger and smaller and lighter. And at 3, years and months and weeks and days and hours are being taken away from you because you want to arrive there at 1. You want to be there, just be there. Another scene, another insight, another episode, another memory, another experience that your brilliant mind is giving you now to let you know, look at that. Who is with you? Is it daytime? Is it nighttime? How old are you? Allow these pictures to flood into your mind because they contain the very specific, the very unique, the very private truth that is true for you, that back then you heard something or you saw something or you lived something that made you make a decision that you are not enough, that gave you the belief that you're different, you don't have what it takes, you can't fix what needs fixing, that the things that you want are not available to you, that you are not enough, and you have to fight and you have to work hard for you to have the feeling of being loved and being lovable. Just writing that scenes down for yourself, taking that knowledge, taking that insight, you know. First, you make your beliefs, and then your beliefs make you. Because when you make a belief as you're a little child, you will grow older with the same belief, and you will attract to yourself people, circumstances, events that will prove this belief to you. You know why? Because of the rules of the mind. The mind must act upon your beliefs, the mind must do what it thinks you want to do. And when you say, I will never be able to do that, your mind will do all that's necessary to make it real, to make it true for you, to prove it to you, because your mind cannot differentiate what is good for you and what is bad. It only knows what is familiar, and the mind fears the unfamiliar. But today we use the mind to show you when, how, where you made this belief familiar to yourself. Because you know, the brain cells, the neurons, they are just like little kids in a classroom. If you leave them unattended, they will just go crazy, wild, and turn everything upside down. But when there is an instruction, when there is a command, they will do what's necessary. And that's what we want to do in our next time together. But for today, just write down when, where, why, what happened to you that gave you this sinking down feeling, that gave you that sadness, that gave you that hurt, that gave you that feeling of hopelessness and helplessness, because they are all learned. You are not born with them. And that understanding is going to give you power, and that understanding is going to liberate you. Because you know what? We make beliefs, but our beliefs are ours for the changing. They are there to be changed. Because just like you wouldn't wear some piece of clothing that doesn't serve you anymore, that doesn't suit you, that doesn't feel good, in the same way you cannot keep a belief that doesn't serve you anymore. It's not in your interest, it's not lovable, it's not loving to you, and it has never been loving to you anyways. So for now, take it as a homework. Reflect upon the scenes that came into your mind today. And if nothing came into your mind today, don't despair. You have this recording. You can take time for yourself when you are undisturbed. The best time of the day is actually before falling asleep. And you can write down, take notes, because next week we're going to take it from there. And if you have any questions now in the mastermind, you can ask me. Thank you for being with me. Bye for now.
Thank you, Mira. Thank you.
Welcome. See you soon. What time is the mastermind?
The mastermind is tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So, yes, just
See you there.
we will, yes, thank you, Mira. We'll see you there. And just to say to everybody that we will give a link, a Zoom link on the chat, on the Facebook page, and we'll let you know for the Sunday. So just be there, and so reflect on this for today. And we did know we can do the gratitude if you will now together. Would you like to do with us, Mira?
Yes, it will be my pleasure.
Okay. So just relax on your chair. So we did a lot of breathing already, so we're not going through the breathing again. But you can just now express everything you're grateful for. So I am grateful for my kids, for their love, for their smile, for they give me so much happiness, so much joy. I'm grateful for my husband, for the support, for the care, for the loving. I'm grateful for this community that keep me on track and help me to grow, to expand step by step, going out of my comfort zone. I'm grateful for all of the volunteer coach that coming and give us knowledge, some skills, and some help, some support in our daily life. I'm so thankful and grateful for the internet, so we can connect, we can reach each other, we can reach our loved one, we can do yoga, Pilates online. I am so thankful and grateful for all my friends, all the care, all the support. And I am so thankful and grateful for the electricity, the water. I can cook, I can enjoy having shower whenever I want, bath my children. I'm so thankful and grateful for my apartment, for the lights inside, for the space, so my children can run, I can be comfortable here. I'm so thankful and grateful for the food in my fridge, because that nourish me and give me the energy I need. And I'm so thankful and grateful for myself, for being disciplined, for being committed, waking up every morning and doing my morning routine with you. And I'm so thankful and grateful for all of you that participating and being active, because that gives me support. Thank you for all of you, and I wish you a beautiful day, and I hope to see you tomorrow in the Zoom at 10 o'clock, Cyprus time. Thank you, Mira.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Bye.